like to kick us off with Sky Sports, please?
Hello.
Thank you for speaking to us.
My pleasure.
Let's start by reflecting on that FA Cup win
Yeah.
at the weekend. Do you feel that there are elements in that game that you can now bring back to the Premier League this weekend against your former club?
Yeah, the result is the best thing that we can hope for. I think we did a good match. It was a tough one. We went to extra time. Many of our players went to play all the minutes. But the win always helps on the recovering and the atmosphere. So the week has been good.
And I'll come on to team news now and ask you about a couple of players. Mavropanos, how is he? Fernandez and Paquetá. Are you expecting them to be available this week?
All of them are recovering. All of them are recovering of different things. Dino's had a neck that took some time, still painful. Mateus is back doing individual sessions. Lucas is still on treatment. Let's see, and we have a couple of days to go.
And a further question on Lucas Paquetá and his long-term future. For you personally, would your preference be for him to stay at the club long-term?
I think it's a situation that we have to solve. All of us at the club have to solve. We always want our best players to be involved, and Lucas is one of our best players. So let's try to solve the situation.
A couple of other players to ask you about, Callum Wilson and James Ward-Prowse. I know you spoke about them last week and you indicated they were being encouraged to consider what's best for their future, which may lie elsewhere. Are you expecting them to depart the club this window?
Yeah, we are working on ins and outs. We are working on ins and outs of the squad. I feel that we need to rebalance our squad, bring more options to some positions, and also find the best solutions for the players that are not having minutes to go and proceed their career.
Are there any other positions on the pitch where you're specifically looking to
There are, but let me try to keep it this. We are working very hard as a club to find the right ones in which is a very tricky transfer window to operate. So we have to make good decisions and we cannot afford mistakes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers, thank you.
Hi Nuno, good to see you. I know you said in your first answer there that the result was the most important thing from the QPR win, but you're obviously a little bit unlucky against Forest, and of course it was a good performance against QPR. Have you seen enough recently to think that things can be turned around from the performances?
I've been seeing not recently, but since we arrived, we are in a tough position, but we are fighting. We are fighting to improve our game, fighting to improve the way we play. Like you said, I feel like you said, and there were matches that we played good and we didn't achieve a result, but that result happened on the weekend. So that can be our starting point for what we want to do at Spurs.
Do you look at luck? Do you think?
Sorry?
Do you look at luck? Do you think that your luck can turn? You know, when you look back, particularly against the Forest.
There are many things, not only luck. There are many things. There are mistakes. There are mistakes that we can control. I think if we go back, but let's avoid talking about the referees, but that was clear. Luck, it's a game. Football, it's a game, and it's fine margins. It's the ball that hit the post and goes. It's an offside by 2 centimeters that change the history. So we have to work to gain our luck. We have to go and fight for it.
Spurs 14th in the Premier League table. What have you made of them so far this season? What can you tell us about them?
It's a good team. It's a good team full of apologies. It's a good team. Talented players, always a tough place to go. So we expect a very, very tough match. And it's a rival. It's a London derby.
And on that theme of the London derby, what would a win do for the season? What would a win do for the fans?
We are going to have 30,000 fans. What they expect from us that we put up a good fight. And then we see.
And finally from me, Paco Gemes has joined as a first team coach. What can you tell us about what he'll bring to West Ham United?
It's one more person to help us. The coaching staff now more numbers. More number means more ideas, more energy. And Paco is here he's an experienced coach, and he'll bring new things to us. He will help us definitely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Hi Nuno, how are you?
Okay.
Third league game of the year, the calendar year, and another ex-club. You're well loved at Wolves, well loved at Forest. Your time at Spurs was weird because it was during COVID and you couldn't really get to know anybody. Do you look back with a little bit of
I
regret?
didn't know. How you mean I didn't know anybody?
No, the fans. I mean, the supporters. Because when you first joined,
Look, it was an honor and a pleasure to manage Spurs. Things didn't go well. Like you said, it's the third game in a row that we face clubs that I managed before. Nothing changed. It's a new game. It's a tough opponent and a tough place, and we are so needed of a good results that our focus is there to go and compete.
is this a must not lose game because of the 7-point gap between you? Must not lose.
Must win, must lose. No, it's a game. It's a game. There's a lot of football to be played, but we have to realize that each game, it's very important for us. It's very, very important for us.
There's always this, we keep hearing noise in football around managers, and you know Thomas Frank is arguably under as more pressure than you are, and yet he's at Tottenham and they're at home on Saturday. How do managers deal with noise from TV, from radio, from newspapers?
Me personally, I can only speak for me. I try to ignore as maximum as possible to not get distracted. But then I have the briefing that brings everything into context again, and I have to deal with you guys, and that's noise. It's not so important, honestly, for us as managers, but really try to shield our players from that noise, because they are the ones that really need the peace of mind to go and perform. So one of the job that we have as coaches is to try and block the noise and make the players focus on what is really matters.
Just two more. This is a big derby game. I've seen West Ham win at Spurs on many occasions. It always feels like it's a much bigger win than just 3 points, but it is just 3 points. So how do you encourage your players on Saturday to just go and treat this like any other game of football?
Since we arrived, it's always the same approach. We dedicate the same amount of time, we dedicate the same amount of trying to provide the players of details, and then the game plan and all these things. Nothing changes. The value of the points from round one to the last one exactly the same, so we don't change our approach.
Finally, on Lucas Paquetá, when I think about this season, I think of players like Isak, who wanted to leave Newcastle, made it difficult for the club, and then left. And I think about people like Mark Guehi at Palace, who want to leave but have been conducting themselves impeccably. Lucas Paquetá, do you hope he does the latter, but are you expecting him to do the former?
This is what I told in the beginning. I think it's a solution that we have to find, us as a club, the player, myself, and look, my job is to prepare the team, and to prepare the team with the best players that we have. Lucas is one of the best players, so my job is to try and take the best out of all of them.
Good luck, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Okay, cameras up as well.